This YouTube niche is a genuine goldmine. Copy this right now. Now, over the last few days, I found this new YouTube channel making close to $60,000 a year. And what I'm going to do in today's video is show you exactly how to replicate it step by step, something I've never done before. Now, guys, I can say with certainty, this is my biggest value-on video that I've ever posted. I'll be covering absolutely everything. And really quick, guys, this is not financial advice. It's simply me giving my own opinion on YouTube as a whole. Now, the channel itself, what are we even talking about? Now, the channel we're talking about is this guy right here, Winter Watch. Now, he's making close to $60,000 a year as of right now and is essentially posting Game of Thrones videos. Again, this is regular long form, not ultra long form. And what he's posting is essentially videos like every person who deserved to die in Game of Thrones, why it sucks to be born as, a bunch of different trending YouTube automation niches kind of merged into one but in a specific fandom. And of course, the fandom that he's chosen is Game of Thrones. But again, I see so much potential for this niche to be expanded into Harry Potter, into Star Wars, into so many different fandoms as opposed to just Game of Thrones. But again, this specific niche is insanely undersaturated. And as you can see, if you filter his videos by popular, he's had quite a few outliers already, like the most painful Game of Thrones deaths, 128,000 views, every single person Daenerys Targaryen killed, every person who didn't deserve to die in Game of Thrones. So a bunch of really, really good ideas. And you might be saying, well, this channel's awesome, but is it really that easy to replicate? And I'm here to show you it is. This channel is insanely easy to copy, and I'm going to show you exactly how right now, covering everything. And again, I'm going to be showing you a few of my little gatekept secret methods of actually doing different ideas. And I'm going to walk you through those right now. So the first thing you obviously need to kind of copy a channel like this is video ideation. And I've found some pretty good methods to do this over the last few weeks that nobody talks about. Now, this specific niche is obviously in the Game of Thrones niche. So the way we want to do this is we can literally look up Game of Thrones Reddit. You might be saying, what the hell? Why are you going onto Game of Thrones Reddit? But what we can actually do when we're on any specific Reddit fandom page is filter it by hot. And what that's going to do is show us the biggest things that are currently blowing up in the Game of Thrones niche. So for example, was this character the biggest ride or die in Game of Thrones history? This little egghead is quickly becoming my favorite character. Like here, Jon Snow versus Daemon Targaryen. Who wins in a sword fight? We can see this specific idea as a whole is trending in the Game of Thrones Reddit page. So this gives us a really, really good indication that this specific idea would perform exceptionally well to the YouTube demographic and of course the Game of Thrones fandom as a whole. And by scrolling through here every single day, depending on what niche you might be doing, you can find a ton of really, really good ideas for video ideas. Now again, this works for, let's say, for example, Harry Potter. So if you're doing a Harry Potter channel, you go to the Harry Potter Reddit, you go ahead and filter this by hot, and you'll see a ton of crazy good ideas that are also trending in this specific sub niche. Now, the next method on actually coming up with video ideas in a niche identical to this is very, very simple actually. What you want to do is open up a brand new ChatGPT prompt, and this is where I see a lot of people making the mistake. You don't want to be just replicating their recent videos. You want to be copying their outliers, so videos that performed exceptionally well on their channel. Now, to do this, all you want to do is filter by popular, but again, if you are doing this, you want to make sure you aren't copying outliers that are like 4 years old. Because this channel is new, it should be completely fine. So all we're going to do is zoom out a little bit and we're going to take a simple screenshot of their channel. And all I'm going to do is go ahead and upload that image. And I'm going to say, I'm copying this Game of Thrones YouTube automation channel. Here are their outliers. Dissect what made them perform well and give me 20 new Game of Thrones video ideas that cater to the fandom with virality and CTR optimization. Now, by sending this, what it's going to do is obviously analyze their best performing videos and replicate what made them do well for us. And here we go, just gave us a bunch of ideas. So every time the Starks were too naive, the most evil Game of Thrones characters, every character who betrayed the realm, every character who was smarter than they seemed, these are all crazy, really, really good ideas that again are following this exact same trend and what made this channel perform well initially. And we can literally go ahead and simply copy them right here. Now, the next thing, and this is pretty important, and that's of course script writing. How do we actually replicate their script style? Now, I'm going to go through the two options for this. One, if you have a budget, and two, if you don't have a budget. Now, if you have the budget and you want to work directly with me one-on-one and get access to my personal script writing AI tools, as well as my ultra long form video generator, go ahead and check out monetize.net, fill out this form, book a completely free call with myself. And if you seem like a good fit, we'll definitely be in touch and work with you. But again, when you do join my program, you get complete access to my software called called produce.so. Now, how this essentially works, and this is the kind of easy version of script writing. So again, if you are using Produce, literally grab the URL of the video that you want to copy, click on copy URL, paste it in, click on start training, and Produce will actually understand that niche one for one. And of course, in terms of actually creating a script, you head over to the train niches section, click on the niche that you just created, choose the script length, choose a title, choose some customizations, and simply press continue. And again, you get complete access to that when you do work with me in monetize.net. But again, that is the easy way. You necessarily don't have to do that if you don't mind kind of doing it yourself in ChatGPT. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that right now. So again, very similar to what we did with Produce, all you want to do is grab the URL of the video that you want to copy. Now, what you want to also look up is YouTube transcript downloader, and you want to paste that URL into one of those websites and grab their transcript. This is essentially all of their subtitles and stuff like that. So I've gone ahead and copied their subtitle. Now I'm going to write up a very, very simple prompt to actually replicate this script style. And this is where it gets insane. Now, all I'm going to say to ChatGPT is, now I want to copy their long form script style in the Game of Thrones niche, optimized for AVD with accurate lore that caters to the fandom. Here's an example of one of their scripts. And then I obviously literally just went ahead and pasted in their entire transcript that I grabbed for free. And I said, copy their exact pacing, script style, and format for the video idea. And then I pasted in one of the video ideas that I just grabbed above. Again, make sure it's optimized for AVD, pretend you're a script writing genius, and know the Game of Thrones lore. Now, this is where it gets important. Because we're only doing regular long form and not ultra long form, we actually don't need to use deep research, but by using it, it will just be a little bit better. But again, you really don't have to. So all I'm going to do is go ahead and paste that in, and it's going to begin writing our fully optimized script that again copies their exact style. And by the way, guys, while we wait for this, if you want to go ahead and join my public Discord server, that's discord.gg/1%. Again, it's a super cool networking environment. We've got about 5,000 members in there already, and it's honestly just a great place. We can kind of network with other people doing the same thing. If you guys want to go ahead and join, it's linked down below. We do giveaways every day, and you get early access to these niches and video ideas for completely free. Now, it's gone ahead and started. From Brienne of Tarth overpowering men twice her size to the mountain turning human beings into broken furniture. In this video, we'll be counting down every character who was stronger than Jon Snow in Game of Thrones. Guys, this is absolutely insane. We're actually able to replicate niches this easily. So our entire script is done. Obviously, what is actually next? And that is, of course, doing the voiceover. Now, everybody knows when you're doing AI voiceover, the best software to use is 11 Labs. And again, I completely agree. But for those of you that can't afford it, I'm going to show you a few alternatives. So the one that I personally use is algro.online. Again, this is not sponsored at all, but it's essentially just a cheap version of 11 Labs. You can also do the same thing with AI33, literally paste it in, put in the 11 Labs voice ID that you want, and it will give you the voice from 11 Labs. And again, guys, I want to make this obvious. This is not sponsored at all. I'm literally just showing you how I personally would do it. So click on voice generation, go ahead and of course, grab your script, which in this case, there's no need for us to do the whole thing. I'm just going to go ahead and do the first little intro. So now that I'm here, I'm obviously going to go ahead and use one of my voices that I've used before, click on generate speech. And all we're going to do is wait a few seconds for this voice to actually be done. And again, this is completely free to do, right? You can do this on Algro, you can do it on 11 Labs. This is not something that's difficult. And there really isn't an excuse to not be using AI to do your voiceovers. There's like no reason to actually pay voice actors in today's day and age. It's just not worth it. And here we go. Our voiceover has just been finished for this little bit of an intro. So let me go ahead and play this for you guys now.
From Brienne of Tarth, overpowering men twice her size, to the mountain turning human beings into broken furniture. In this video, we'll be counting down every character.
Absolutely insane that this is even possible. If you guys want this voice ID, it's right here. I have no idea what it is, but I obviously grabbed it off 11 Labs. And it is so high quality, you literally can't tell the difference. So just like that, we've obviously done our voiceover, our script, and our video idea. So we've actually replicated this niche one for one. Now, what is next? And that is obviously the thumbnail design. Now, this is where it gets insane, boys, and I am so excited to show you this. Literally look up vidIQ thumbnails. Again, this is not sponsored. It's completely free to use. It's like 5 free thumbnails every single day. Or if you want to get the $50 a month plan for completely free, it's like $1 a month. You can use vidiq.com/Blake and you'll get the top plan. That's usually $50 for only $1. But let me go ahead and show you how this works. So find a video that you want to copy. What we're going to do is copy this one right here. Grab the URL. We're going to head over to vidIQ, click on reference, upload this thumbnail. And of course, our video idea is every character who was stronger than Jon Snow. And all I did was say, copy this Game of Thrones thumbnail. Have Jon Snow as the only character character with the arrow pointing to him saying not the strongest, because obviously our video idea was every character who was stronger than Jon Snow. So this is obviously going to take a few seconds and it's going to replicate their exact same kind of style of thumbnail to a T. And again, this is completely free to use and not sponsored. I'm literally showing you exactly how I personally do this. And guys, look at this and tell me this is not insane. You have Jon Snow in the exact same thumbnail style with the writing that we literally gave it. Now, literally just download this thumbnail, head over to Photoshop, go ahead and open that up. Of course, increase the brightness very, very slightly just so it stands out that much more. And again, increase the saturation. And just like that, you've got a perfect thumbnail, perfect script, perfect voiceover, and perfect title. It really doesn't get easier than this. Now, the next thing that you obviously have to do is editing. Now, guys, I'm aware that editing can be quite expensive. So if you don't want to obviously pay for editing, you can once again use my software produce.so, head to Video Studio, click on generate video, choose the niche you want, which in this case would obviously be Game of Thrones. You can actually select your time. So you can do anywhere from 20 to 4-hour long, ultra long form videos. We have people making thousands of dollars using this. But again, you don't have to if you don't want to. But again, you get complete access to this. If you do want to go ahead and check out monetize.net, you get full access to all of my softwares. But for those of you that can't afford this and you'd rather just pay for editing, you have a few options. Now, first option is a Discord server called discord.gg/creative paradise. So in this Discord server, there's like 20,000 members. You can make a job post in the jobs channel, literally just target the teams you want. So for example, content editors, montage editors, go ahead and say editor needed, give them a video as a reference and give your price point that you're actually willing to pay. And just by doing this, you guys can see I have 78 pending messages all within the last couple days of people offering to be my editor, sending me their portfolio. This is by far the best way to acquire editing. And of course, if you don't want to use this, go ahead and check out Upwork. This is also a great option. Now guys, once again, if you want to work directly with me and get full access to all of my tools, and if you're not monetized within 90 days, you get a complete refund. Go ahead and check out monetize.net, book a completely free call with my team to see if you're a good fit. And again, if you want to join my Discord server, that's discord.gg/1%. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.